At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is a presentation of the 2024 NSAA State Baseball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State baseball coverage is powered by Mullen Motors, Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members Owned Credit Union, Empire Fence and Netting, High Electric, and Union Bank and Trust. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert.
Welcome into a chilly, soppy, interesting day here at Warner Park up here in Omaha for the continuation of the Class A State Baseball Tournament. Nick Sainert joining you from Warner as we get ready for our first of 4 games, our first of 2 elimination games coming your way here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Appreciate Austin Norman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. As always, let's get you ready for the first game on the docket that we had a brief 30-minute delay because of the overnight rain. There was a couple of standing puddles along the dugouts here at Warner Park that they had to throw some more dirt on. So they've been working on that for the last couple of hours since I got here about 8:20 this morning. But we'll see if the rain can stay away. Radar doesn't look so good, but we'll just play it by ear throughout the rest of your Monday morning, afternoon, and evening as we find out how many of these 4 games we do indeed get to have played here at Warner Park. It's the Millard North Mustangs going up against the Millard South Patriots to start here. The Patriots will be the visitors on the scoreboard, despite being the higher seed in this one. Let's start first for the home team on the scoreboard. The Millard North Mustangs coming in off of a disappointing and deflating loss against the number 1 seed in the state tournament, the Lincoln East Spartans. They were up the entire game up until the bottom of the 7th inning. Evan Hansen blew the lead on the mound after an incredible start from Carson Obrecht. Obrecht went 6 innings, had just 3 walks allowed, 6 hits allowed, and struck out 6 Spartans. Only allowed 3 runs in that inning. However, Hansen came in, allowed a couple of runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, and ultimately Lincoln East was able to beat Millard North on a walk-off wild pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. For the Millard South Patriots, they ran into the starting pitcher known as Carter Chamberlain. For Lincoln Southwest, Chamberlain went a really strong 5 innings of work on Friday afternoon, and Millard South's offense just couldn't do a whole lot for it as they fell 4-2 to the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. So the games that we have scheduled today, and these are the tentative times, understanding that delays are likely, are a possibility, is obviously Millard South, Millard North to start us here at 10:30 a.m. is first pitch. At 1 p.m., it is going to be our second elimination game. It will be the number 3 seed who got upset by number 6 Creighton Prep, the Bellevue West Thunderbirds, facing off against the 7 seed Elkhorn South Storm. Elkhorn South almost took it from the number 2 seed Millard West Wildcats, but Millard West was able to prevail and won that game 2-1. So that one scheduled for 1 p.m. And then our 2 winners bracket games. The one that Lincoln folks are probably going to want to have the most attention on is the one that's scheduled for a 4 p.m. first pitch, and that is the matchup of the Lincoln schools. Number 1 seed, the Spartans of Lincoln East, going up against the 5 seed, the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. And then on the nightcap on your Monday evening, it'll be the number 2 seed Millard West Wildcats against the 6 seed in the Class A bracket, the Creighton Prep Junior Jays. We're going to see a familiar face on the mound to start for Millard North today. We saw Major Mosser come on in as the final pitcher. He was the one that actually threw the wild pitch that Lincoln East was able to walk off on, but he only saw time in the bottom half of the 8th inning. He was under a certain amount of pitches, so he's able to get the start today for the Millard North Mustangs. Mosser on the year 1-0 on the season, a 2.42 earned run average. Millard South, similar lineup for them. They're actually going to DH for their 3rd baseman today as Brody Gindra, 1-2 record, a 1.64 earned run average. He gets the start on the mound. He played shortstop on Friday afternoon against the Silverhawks. Here getting the start on the bump is number 8 for Millard South, Brody Gindra. Millard South will be wearing their white uniforms today with red letters and numbers, white pants as well, a two-toned hat, as it's going to have navy blue on the back, and on the front half of the cap is going to be white with the Millard South logo, and the bill is that navy blue. For Millard North, decked out in all black today, as it's black hats with a blue bill, black jerseys, and black pants with the blue Mustangs word across the chest and the numbers on the backside. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully the rain stays away for the most part of our Monday morning, as once again, you look at the radar, it doesn't look all that promising, as there's that green cell sitting right above where we're at here in Papillion, La Vista, Omaha area until about 3:45 p.m. So we'll see if the rain stays away. We'll see also how tolerable this Warner Park field is. Obviously one of the best fields in the state of Nebraska, but we'll see if Storm Chasers admin are able and willing to have some high school players play on their field until they want to get the tarp out there to preserve it for the Storm Chasers. So once again, 10:30 a.m. first pitch coming up. We appreciate you joining us. Once again, Austin Orman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, pushing the buttons. Nick Sander coming at you from Warner Park in our first of 4 games on the day. We'll step aside, come back with first pitch between the Mustangs and the Patriots right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
On the other side of the room on a dark night, how much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park, just a couple of moments ahead of the Millard South Patriots against the Millard North Mustangs. It'll be the Mustangs in the field to start on. We'll get you rolling with the starting lineup for the Millard South Patriots. Similar look to on Friday when Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. They're going to lead off, same starting three in that lineup. And once again, this Millard South team, just three seniors on this roster. Murphy Helm, Ian Langer, and Harrison Hart are the lone three seniors. You might remember a name, Cam Kozol is currently playing at Vanderbilt. He was on this Millard South Patriots team just last season. Millard South, 44 appearances now in the state tournament, the most in Nebraska state history. here they are trying to survive another day, as this is an elimination game between the two Millard schools, Millard South and Millard North. Leading off, it'll be number 2, Will Thomas. Will hitting .358 on the year, no home runs, 11 runs driven in. Number 2 hitter, number 15, Jackson Apin. Apin, a sophomore, middle infielder, hitting .231. And rounding out the first 3 in this Patriots order is one of those seniors, Harrison Hart, starting in right field today. On the mound for Millard North is going to be number 20, Major Mosser. We saw Mosser close out the game on Friday. He unfortunately threw that walk-off wild pitch to the backstop that got past the Millard North catcher, Hankins, and got to the Warner Park backstop, which allowed Dele Odulate of Lincoln East to score the winning run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now, we want something to watch is how does Millard North respond after a day where they had full control of that game for about 5 or 6 innings, and Lincoln East, credit to them, just did not go away. But ultimately enough, Millard North, the 8th seed in the bracket, is trying to fight for another day. So Mosser and Hankins are the battery for the Millard North Mustangs. We're stepping into the box, and Will Thomas, the starting center fielder today. The third baseman for Millard North, Peters, is going to be playing just inside the cut at a cloudy Warner Park. Not too breezy, just a slight breeze blowing out to right field here as the scoreboard sits in the left center field area. But nonetheless, rain is certainly a topic of conversation this morning, as we'll see if it stays away. Infielders playing back except for the third base, Ben Peters. Outfielders playing extremely shallow here as the first pitch of the game is fouled off to the left side, and we are underway from Warner Park on day 3 of the Class A state tournament here in Omaha. So 0-1 to Will Thomas. Thomas, the left-handed hitter. Mosser, the right-handed thrower. Pitching out of the windup. Fires this one. It's grounded softly to the second baseman. Charging it, making the play is the second baseman, and he is able to get Will Thomas out on a bang-bang play. It'll be 4-3 on the putout. Mockle was able to fire it over in time to McCod over at first base, and Will Thomas is the first out of the ball game. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Jackson Apin, the starting shortstop today. Apin getting the start at short after Brody Gindra is starting on the mound for the Patriots. The first pitch is fouled back to the netting, 0-1. Apin, spelled A-P-P-U-H-N. Jackson Apin. 0-1 pitch, 1 out, top of the first, is a breaking ball that catches that outside corner for a strike, 0-2. So Mosser on the year, 1-0 record, 2.42 earned run average. Mosser from the left side of the rubber fires home the 0-2 pitch. It's upstairs for a ball, 1-2. Apin, number 15 for Millard South, the righty-righty matchup here. As Mosser comes set, fires home, and that one catches the outside corner. It's framed by Hankins behind the dish, and that'll be out number 2 as Apin goes down looking on a fastball on the corner for out number 2. Harrison Hart now stepping into the box as Mosser tries to carve through these first 3 Millard South players. Hart getting the start in right field today. Another righty-righty matchup as the first pitch, the at-bat is just upstairs for a ball, 1-0. It'll be the first of 4 games coming your way, barring rain delays and cancellations. As the 1-0 offering from Mosser, curveball swung on and hit softly to the pitcher, and Mosser will take it all the way over from the mound to the first base bag for out number 3 rather. One unassisted on the ground out, and that will do it for the top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base for Millard South. It'll be Burrish, Mockle, and Pfeiffer, 1, 2, 3 hitters, as we see Millard North go to bat for the first time in this one in the bottom of the first inning. Patriots 0, Mustangs coming up to bat when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Nick Sander back with you here at Warner Park in Omaha, bottom of the first inning, as Millard North retired the first three hitters of Millard South in order. Millard North now due up to bat. It'll be a similar look to what we saw on Friday to face the right-handed pitcher, Brody Gindra. 1-2 on the season on the bump, a 1.64 earned run average for Gindra. Gindra, a sophomore. Once again, 1-2 record on the season. It'll start against the Millard North Mustangs. It'll have a similar lineup to on Friday. Number 9 for Millard North, Alex Burrish will start things off. A sophomore hitting .232, no home runs, 7 runs driven in. Number 15 also hitting in the 2 spot, Chase Mockel, a junior middle infielder hitting .278 with 10 runs batted in. Mockel, 22 hits and 79 at-bats this season, and doing the designated hitting third in the Mustangs lineup. Number 13, Trenton Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, a senior, doing the DHing today, .241 average on the season with 7 runs driven in. So Millard South takes the field. Gindra, the pitcher, while the catcher today is once again Carson Durr. Durr, a sophomore catcher, catching Brody Gindra. So lefty hitter, righty thrower here as Gindra will start from the windup. And we are ready to go in the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 your score still. Gindra's first pitch of the day is up and out for a ball, 1-0. Understandably so, a little bit of a lighter crowd here at Warner Park on a Monday. Friday and Saturday, really good turnouts as the 1-0 offering is up and away once again, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes here to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the first, Alex Burrish. Burrish takes ball 3 in the same exact spot, 3-0. One thing to, kind of have in the back of your head if you are a player today is if the dirt is a little stickier, as Burrish takes ball 4 outside, so a leadoff walk here for Millard South. But what I was going to say is if you're a player, especially a pitcher here, we'll see how much the dirt sticks to the bottom of, in this case, Gindra's cleats. If he is able to get his footing easily or not. So here we go as Burrish, after taking 4 straight balls to start the bottom of the first inning, gives the Millard North Mustangs a runner on first base. The 0-0 pitch to Chase Mockel as Gindra comes set at the belt, fires. It's a breaking ball that does not find the strike zone. It's another ball, 1-0. 5 straight balls to start this one for Brody Gindra on the mound. Burrish gets a shallow lead off at first base. Coming set is Gindra. Gindra checks first, fires home, and fires in a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chase Mockel. Mockel getting the start at second base today, as the middle infielders back in narrow double play depth. The third baseman for Millard South in on the cut down that third base foul line. Mockel, the right-handed hitter. Burrish leading off of first. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Millard South 0. Mustangs getting their first crack at it here. Quick pick over to first base as Burrish is back in time. You want to talk about an efficient inning? How about Millard North pitcher Major Mosser? 8 pitches in the top of the first inning to retire the Millard South top 3 hitters in order. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Chase Mockle as it's just downstairs. Millard South shortstop, I could hear it from the press box up here. Jackson Apin thought that was going to be the end for Mockle's at bat, but ultimately enough, home plate umpire says no, and we'll do it at 2-2. So Gindra comes set, takes a breath, and fires home on 2-2. Swung on and fouled back my way for a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Millard North up to bat for the first time today. Burrish gets his lead at first. The 2-2 offering just outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nice little at bat here by Chase Mockle. Students starting to file in maybe a little quicker now. This one was in a 30-minute rain delay. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball off the bat of Mockle. Left fielder under it and is able to haul it in for out number 1. And so Mockle is set down, and that brings up the designated hitter today for the Millard North Mustangs, number 13, Trenton Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, a senior, 241 average, no home runs, 7 runs driven in, just 13 hits on the season for the designated hitter in the Mustang lineup. Hitting third with Burrish on first base. Same defensive alignment there here for Millard North as the third baseman now backs off a little and is even with the third base bag. No balls, no strikes, 1 out. Burrish gets his lead off at first. Gindra comes set, takes a breath, and fires home on the first pitch of Pfeiffer's at bat and misses down and away for ball 1. So once again, barring rain delays and cancellations, Austin Norman will in fact join me later today for Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest. But here it's yours truly, as it's 1 ball, no strikes. Gindra picks over to first base. Back in time was Burrish. Burrish not getting a whole that aggressive of a lead over there at first base. I'm not sure Gindra really needs to worry about Burrish over at first as he throws the 1-0 fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0. You're still your score here at Warner Park. The 1-1 pitch, rather, is a ball in the dirt. Nice block behind the plate by Carson Durr to keep it in front of him. And Burrish at first base, 2 balls, 1 strike coming up to Pfeiffer. This will be the 15th pitch of the inning for Brody Gindra. That's a righty-righty matchup. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the first. The pitch on 2-1 is up and in, almost hit him, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. So Gindra struggling to throw the ball in the zone, missing up quite a bit, and that once again comes to, let's have the conversation about the mound. Obviously a little bit of a different mound than maybe some of the high schoolers are familiar with playing on. The 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 3-2. A lot of that has to do with stride length as well as your chest staying over that glove or working out to it. Is it flying open? A lot of that can send that throw high into the air. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here as Burrish leads off at first. The 3-2 pitch swung on, hit to the right side. The right fielder trotting over and makes the play for out number 2. So after the leadoff walk, Gindra has been able to settle in. He's had some long battles with the hitter, but ultimately has gotten 2 flyouts, one to the left fielder and one now to the right fielder for out number 2. So Ripken Fleck, the starting shortstop, the cleanup hitter for Millard North, will face Brody Gindra on the mound, the right-handed thrower, left-handed hitter, with Burrish still standing on first base. Not a whole lot of energy here at Warner Park on a Monday morning. Chilly, around 60 degrees as the 0-0 pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-0. Ripken Fleck on the season. The junior hitting .292, does have a home run and 11 runs driven in. Quick bunt down the left side. It will tail foul, and we'll do it again. In the at-bat, it's now 1 strike. The third baseman, Christensen, for Millard South, was playing even with the bag there. Now he'll take a couple of steps in and play on the cut of the grass on the infield. 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning as Jindra trying to work around a leadoff walk. Burrish still stands on first base as he gets his lead. The 1-1 offering from Jindra. It hits the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. So Millard North led for the majority of the game on Friday against number 1 Lincoln East. And then a walk-off wild pitch allowed the Spartans to win that one. The 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. Hits the inside corner for strike 3, and Jindra is able to work around a leadoff walk and gets them then in order with 2 flyouts and a backwards K. Jindra throws 20 pitches in the inning and most importantly allows no runs. So 1 runner left on base, no hits in the bottom of the first inning for Millard North. Major Mosser back on the mound to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Millard South lineup when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Scoreless first inning here at Warner Park. 0-0 still Patriots Mustangs as we go to the top of the second inning. It'll be Carson Durr as he takes the first pitch and hits it out to left center for a leadoff single off of Major Mosser. So Carson Durr, the sophomore catcher, gets us going early in the top of the second inning with a leadoff single. The courtesy runner for Durr will be number 1 Murphy Helm. So Helm will now be the courtesy runner at first base, bringing up the pitcher, Brody Jindra. Jindra, number 8 for Millard South. Steps into that right-handed batter's box to face the right arm of Major Mosser. Quick pick over to first base, and Helm is back in time safely. Mosser picked over before even stepping on the rubber. An aggressive lead by Helm over at first base. And another pick over, and Helm is back in time safely. So Helm quickly getting into the mind of Major Mosser. We'll see what Brody Jindra does at the plate. As the first pitch, the at-bat swung on, drilled through the right side for a base hit. Fielded cleanly by the right fielder, and a quick throw in is cut off, but another single, and Millard South has something cooking here in the top of the second. So back-to-back singles brings up Noah Carroll. Carroll getting the start at first base today. A sophomore hitting .234, 12 runs batted in. No score. Top of the second inning. Mosser delivers, and that off-speed pitch as the catcher got crossed up behind the plate. He started to stand up because he thought that was a fastball that was going to stay high in the zone. Unfortunately, it was a curveball that dropped down and probably hindered the ability to get a strike call from the umpire behind. So 1 ball, no strikes, runners on first and second here for Millard South. And the up and over move to force Helm back to second base without a throw. So Mosser comes set, fires. This one bunted down the left side. It will trickle foul for a strike, 1-1. Once again, the goal in this scenario, if you are Noah Carroll, get your bunt down that third base line, forcing that third baseman to come in and charge it. Vacate that third base bag, and that allows both runners to move up 90 feet. The 1-1 pitch is Carroll squares, and it's once again fouled off, this time behind the plate, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now if you're Greg Geary, the head coach for Millard South, do you have Noah Carroll attempt the bunt with 2 strikes? I don't see why not. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here top of the second inning. Mosser comes set at the belt. He fires. This one goes to the backstop, and both runners will now move up. So ultimately, no harm, no foul. Now that Carroll was unable to get the bunt down, it's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, and they're with runners on second and third after the wild pitch. So nobody out here in the top of the second inning with the Patriots threatening. The 2-2 pitch is upstairs, ball 3. Noah Carroll steps into that right-handed batter's box. The 3-2 pitch from Mosser, and it hits him. So Mosser was well ahead in that count, or in that at-bat, rather. But instead of being able to get the punch out, he ends up hitting Noah Carroll. Brings up number 26, the designated hitter today, Colin Driffle. Driffle, the designated hitter, listed as an outfielder on the Millard South roster as well. Hitting .418 and 55 at-bats this season. A powerful option at the bottom of the lineup, and especially in this situation where you have bases loaded with nobody out, not a bad bat to have up, as the first pitch of the at-bat is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Corners are playing in, middle infielders at double play depth, as they'll attempt to turn 2, I would assume, if they field a ground ball cleanly off the bat of Driffle, as off-speed pitch is taken low and away for a ball, 1-1. Standing in the on-deck circle is number 17, Jacob Allstat, the starting left fielder. But first, it's a 1-1 pitch here with nobody out to Colin Driffle, the designated hitter. Low and away, ball 2. Mosser has struggled so far today, besides that 8-pitch inning that he had in the first inning, to really locate any off-speed pitch, as the 2-1 pitch swung on, skied high. This is going to stay in the infielder as infield as the shortstop comes over and makes the catch. No tag, obviously, from any base runner, and that is out number 1 on the fly out to the shortstop. So that now brings up the left fielder, Allstat, who hits the first pitch, the at-bat through the hole on the right side of the field. That will score Helm from third base, and Millard South has a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Hallstatt. So on the base knock, Gindra moves up to third. Carroll moves up to second. They just play station to station. And the bases will still be loaded here for the 9-hole hitter, Logan Wick, the second baseman. First pitch of the at-bat is fouled back to the screen, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. The pitch upstairs, ball 1. Logan Wick, a sophomore second baseman, 333 average on the season and 51 at-bats, 17 of 51 on the campaign. The 1-1 offering from Mosser, swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The winner of this one will play tomorrow at 4 p.m. against the loser of our 4 p.m. game, Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest. The pitch swung on and missed, and Logan Wick strikes out swinging for out number 2. So a nice bounce back there after the RBI single from Hallstatt by Major Mosser as he gets Wick down on strikes. "16 pitches so far in this inning for Major Mosser. Top of the order for Millard South, now up to the plate, and Will Thomas will ground it out to the second baseman on the second pitch of the ball game, back in the top of the first. First pitch, the AB is outside for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on, fouled back to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. So once again, Mosser had just 8 pitches in that top of the first inning, worked through the top 3 players in that Millard South lineup easily. Here he's already at 28 as the 1-1 pitch is low and in for a ball, 2-1. So far, rain's been able to stay away. Folks down in the seats are in hoodies. A 2-1 pitch, up and away, ball 3, and Mosser with another ball. There's nowhere to put Will Thomas, and that would score another Millard South run. Bases are loaded, 3-1, the count, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Will Thomas, the Patriots leadoff hitter, up to bat, and the pitch swung on, hit high in the air, left field, drifting back is the left fielder, and he's able to grab it for out number 3. The Patriots leave him loaded. And if you're Major Mosser, you're counting that as a victory because that inning could have been much worse. But you were able to get them out with just allowing 1 run for the Patriots. So due up now in the bottom half of the second inning, it'll be Hankins, McCod, and Peters, 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Millard North order when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Pitch loaded the bases with nobody out, but nice job by Major Mosser limiting the damage and Millard South only gets 1 run out of it, leaves the bases loaded, and now it's the bottom of the second inning with the catcher Hankins for Millard North leading things off as he takes ball 1 up and out of the zone, 1-0. Hankins, Marcus Hankins, a junior, hitting .333 on the year. The 1-0 pitch fouled back to the screen, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out here, bottom of the second. Gindra back onto the mound as he throws in strike number 2 on a fastball on the corner. Especially on a day like today where the ball might not be bouncing off the bat as much as we saw on Friday, little things are going to be magnified as it's a soft chopper to the first baseman over to field it, and touching the bag for Millard South was Noah Carroll. 3 unassisted on the putout, and out number 1 of the bottom of the second inning. That brings up number 22, Alex McCod, the first baseman today. The junior hits .275, 51 at-bats on the season. Stepping into that right-handed batter's box is McCod, facing the right arm of Brody Gindra. Gindra out of the windup, fires home, and this one not even close to anywhere near the catcher as it went outside of the left-hander's batter's box and straight to the backstop. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Alex McCod. One out, bottom of the second. And he responds with a nice little pitch on the corner for a strike, 1-1. We've seen Gindra so far today been able to limit things. He led off the game with a 4-pitch walk and then had actually led off the game with 6 straight balls, as this one's fouled off to the left side, 1-2. But he's been able to respond. He got 2 back-to-back flyouts and then a backwards K to end the first inning. He's been able to locate that fastball really well on that outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gindra fires home, and he gets McCod down swinging on a breaking ball in the dirt for out number 2. So Gindra able to work smoothly through the first 2 hitters. Stepping up is Ben Peters. Peters, the third baseman. Right-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. 1-0 your score, Millard South. First pitch, the at-bat, hits the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Just past the 11 o'clock hour here at Warner Park. The 0-1 pitch right down Broadway, 0-2. Game was supposed to start at 10 a.m., but the rain overnight delayed it 30 minutes, started just shortly after 10:30 a.m. this morning. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, low and away for a ball, 1-2. If you're Gindra here, you got to stick with that fastball. I think obviously you want to keep Millard North a little bit off balance, but man, you've been able to locate that fastball relatively well, and to this point, Millard North hasn't been able to touch it. Fastball low and away for a ball, 2-2. I also think, once again, on this day where ball's not going to be jumping, just try to throw strikes. Be efficient here if you are Brody Gindra. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed on the fastball, and he gets Peters down swinging for out number 3. So 6 up, 6 down for Brody Gindra, and Millard North trails 1-0 heading to the top of the third inning. For the Patriots in the top of the third, it'll be Apin, Hart, and Durr, 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Millard South due up when we return in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
It is Jackson Apin to start as the first pitch of the at-bat from Mosser is coming back towards the press box and drills one of the windows for a strike, 0-1. Apin struck out looking back in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch from Mosser, breaking ball, floats back into the zone, 0-2. Once again, nice job recovering in that second inning by Major Mosser. Allowed the first three Patriots of the inning on base. Two of those were singles. One of them was a hit by pitch, and he only allowed one run when it was all said and done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch as it deflects off the catcher's glove for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here top of the third inning. Millard South with 3 hits today. The 2-2 pitch, grounded up the middle. Shortstop trying to get to it, makes a diving stop, will not have a play at first as he fielded that one in shallow center field, and Apin was able to get to first base. That'll be a base knock to lead off the top of the third inning. So that brings up the 3-hitter in the Millard South lineup, Harrison Hart. Hart grounded out to the pitcher to end the first inning. It was a soft dribbler to Major Mosser. Mosser and his momentum were taking him to first base, and he just went over and stepped on the first base bag. The first pitch of the at-bat, ball in the dirt, stopped by the catcher Hankins. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Harrison Hart taking a breath before stepping in. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. The pitch, grounded left side. Third baseman fields it, throws it to second for 1, over to first for 2, and Miller North turns the 5-4-3 double play. And so the leadoff single is no longer a thing, as there are 2 outs here in the top of the third. So Harrison Hart grounds into a double play. And there's 2 outs quickly in the top of the third. First pitch of the at-bat is in there for a strike to Carson Durr, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Millard South. The 0-1 pitch just low and away, barely missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gloomy day. The lights are on here at Warner Park. And it's 11:08 a.m. Swung on, hit well through the 5-6 hole into left field. And it's a 2-out single for Carson Durr as he tries to get Millard South to tack on to their lead. That means Murphy Helm will trot on out there to do the courtesy running for the catcher. Bringing up the pitcher, Brody Gindra. Gindra singled back in the second inning. He was that second single in the top of the second. We have a lot of stoppages in play throughout the course of today's game, at least especially this morning one. There's a lot of exchanging baseballs, drying off baseballs. Can't really dry off a baseball a whole lot just because it soaks into the skin of it. But nonetheless, Major Mosser asking for a new baseball, and he gets it, and he comes set for the first pitch of the at-bat. Mosser taking his time with Helm at first base, and we have a time called in the box by Brody Gindra, the Millard South hitter. And this is the game within the game. How does Major Mosser control the running game on the base pass? Helm has a real aggressive lead over there at first base. Quick pick over, not in time. Helm is back safely. And that's the thing, is when you can get, a pretty close to a 8-foot lead over there at, rather almost a 10-foot lead over there at first base, Mosser picks over again, back safely is Murphy Helm. You're forcing Major Mosser to think about you quite a bit. But ultimately, Helm doesn't even make it a tight contest when he picks over. The first pitch, the at-bat grounded to the shortstop, fielded on the backhand. The throw across the diamond is in time. A nice play by the Millard North shortstop, Ripken Fleck, as he fielded it to his right with the backhand, fired it over to McCod at first base for out number 3. So Mosser once again works around a leadoff base runner, gets a double play, and then gets a ground out to end the top of the third inning. Due up in the bottom half of the third for Millard North, it will be 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Mustangs when we come back in 90 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Due up for Millard North in the bottom half of the third inning. It's 8, 9, and 1 hitters. So starting things will be the left fielder, number 2, Jay Tweet, a senior hitting .317. First at bat of the day for Tweet. As Gindra back out there for his third inning of work. Still hasn't allowed a hit as the first pitch is swung on, fouled off to the right side, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, low and away for a ball, 1-1. For Millard North, Mosser threw 3 innings of work, 40 pitches. So nice pitch count there if you are Millard North head coach Bob Lavach. You're saying you feel good about where you're at, as the 1-1 offering is just inside from Gindra, 2-1. Tweet getting the start in left field. Bites his jersey as he steps into the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch low and away, ball 3. For Gindra, currently sitting at 38 pitches. So 2 pitchers and starters that are pretty effective. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch grounded up the middle, fielded by Gindra on the hop, and he underhands it over to first for out number 1. So the leadoff hitter in the inning, Tweet, goes down on a ground out to the pitcher, and that brings up the 9-hole hitter, the right fielder, number 11, Evan Hansen. Hansen hitting .333 this season. No home runs, 11 runs driven in, 17 hits in 51 at-bats. The first pitch, the at-bat, as Hansen watches a fastball right down Broadway. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Millard North still searching for their first hit as Gindra comes set, fires, and Hansen swings and whiffs at that one. No balls, 2 strikes quickly to Evan Hansen. Hansen, the left-handed hitter, Gindra working out of the windup, and we're starting to see Gindra in a rhythm as he swung on and fouled back over the press box. We'll do it again at 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, low and in for a ball, 1-2. Evan Hansen, future Nebraska Westland athlete. Going to play football and baseball there as he takes ball 2, low and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to the Millard North right fielder. Gindra fires home the 2-2, swung on, hit well to the right field line, and it's tailing foul, and it goes foul. And we'll do it again at 2-2. This will be Gindra's 45th pitch of the day. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. 1-0 Millard South with a 1-run lead. They got it on an RBI single in the top of the second inning. The 2-2 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that floats into the zone, hits the back door from Gindra, and Hansen goes down on a backwards strikeout. So out number 2 in the inning, and that brings up the top of the order, Alex Burish. Burish walked on 4 straight pitches to start the game back in the first inning. So 2 outs. Burish comes up to the plate, another righty thrower, lefty hitter matchup as he fires the first one of the at-bat. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Gindra hasn't been blowing guys over. He's not dominating by any means, just doing a nice job of throwing strikes as this one's roped out to center field, but right at the center fielder, and making the catch is the center for out number 3. So we've played 3 here at Warner Park. We've stayed relatively dry for the most part, and it is 1-0 Millard South on top of the Millard North Mustangs. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Mosser back out onto the mound for the Mustangs. Due up in the top half of the 4th for Millard South. It'll be Carroll, Driffel, and Allstat. Due up, it's hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Patriot lineup, and we'll see what they can do and tack onto their lead if possible. Next up on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
It is time to start the 4th inning of play as it will be Noah Carroll, the Patriots' first baseman, up first, facing Major Mosser. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0 from the right arm of Major Mosser. Carroll hit by a pitch his first time up, and this second one is also outside, 2-0. A little bit of breaking news in Husker football world. The kickoff time for Nebraska-Colorado has been set as Carroll dribbles this one to third base. The third baseman coming on, and he throws it into the foul territory. Carroll will be able to advance to second. Looking behind, may go to third, and he pumps the brakes and stops right at second base. And so a play where the third baseman for Millard North Ben Peters wouldn't have had a play. He was not going to get Carroll. He made it worse by throwing it over the head of McCod at first base and allowing an extra 90 feet. Those are those little things that are magnified, especially at the state tournament. So that's going to go as a single to Carroll, but he will advance on the air from the third baseman. And it looks like they brought in a pinch runner, Gus Gadsden. We saw him pinch run on Friday. The first pitch, the at-bat to Colin Driffle, the designated hitter, is a ball low and away, 1-0. So the 1 ball, no strike as Mosser turns around and fakes the throw to second base. Carroll is the first baseman, so they'll have to use Gadsden as the pinch runner. It can't be a courtesy runner. And the pitch swung on, fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike. But back to the Husker football news. It looks like it's going to be a 6:30 p.m. kickoff for Nebraska and Colorado on NBC. So NBC crew here for a night game against the Colorado Buffaloes against the Huskers. Back here at Warner, though, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mosser comes set at the belt, looks back towards second, fires home. This one hit well, barely goes foul. As if that would have been able to hug that foul line, that would have scored Gadsden no problem. Ultimately, though, it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count as Mosser approaches 50 pitches on the day. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one stopped with a backhand by the catcher behind the plate. Nice job by Marcus Hankins behind the dish. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here, top of the 4th inning. Runner goes from second to third. The swing and miss by Driffle, but sliding into second without a throw, or excuse me, sliding into third rather without a throw was Gadsden. So uncontested stolen base there. However, Driffle goes down swinging for out number 1. So now Mosser has to do a little bit of magic as Allstat comes up to the plate. He had an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Infield will play at the cut with just 1 out here. First pitch of the AB, low and in for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Entire infield is in. The 1-0 pitch just outside for a ball, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. With Gadsden, the pinch runner, at third. 2-0 offering also outside, 3-0. Logan Wick stands in the on-deck circle. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Allstat currently in that left-handed batter's box. The 3-0 pitch, low and in, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Allstat. And it looks like we're going to have a conversation on the mound. There are 2 arms in the Millard North bullpen working. I can't see. They're in the 2nd level visitors bullpen. Can't see necessarily who they are even with binoculars. So we'll wait and see what the head coach, Bob Levac, wants to do with Major Mosser. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and come right back as Millard South threatens in the top of the 4th here from Warner Park on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first.
That sounds like a match made in heaven.
Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park. Runners on the corners for Millard South. 1 out here in the top half of the 4th inning. Mosser still out there for Coach Lavoc. The first pitch bunted down the first baseline, and it will tail. No, it's going to stay fair. The first baseman was going to let it roll foul, and he touched it in fair territory. The ball rolled foul. Oh, man. The first baseman, McCod. It was rolling foul. It rolled foul prior to the first base bag. It hit the edge of the grass, and the first baseman touched it right before it went foul. Man, mental lapse there for Millard North as that scores a run, and it's an infield hit for Logan Wick. Advancing to second is Allstat, so now runners are on first and second with just 1 out. So Mosser comes set. They'll show bunt once again from Will Thomas, the top of the Millard South order. 1 ball, no strikes. Man, that's one of those where speed and direction are so crucial for Millard South, but also as the fielder. The 1-0 pitch showing bunted down the third base line, and it will go foul. That one they're going to make sure goes foul before touching it. 1 ball, 1 strike. I prematurely said that it was a foul ball because I truly thought the first baseman, McCod, had kind of halted. He was charging in, but then had stopped to let that one roll foul. It rolled across the baseline, but as soon as it did, he touched it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thomas shows bunt, and this one just outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Big pitches coming up for Mosser as he fires in a breaking ball and pulling back in time is Will Thomas. 3 balls, 1 strike as he denied the ball in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-0 now, Millard South with a 2-run lead. Runners on first and second. 3-1 pitch is going to be bunted foul. 3-2. Mosser's pitch count now climbing up near 60 on the day. Millard South done a good job of extending some at-bats here. The 3-2 pitch swung on skied high. This will stay in play but foul. The third baseman Peters ranging over and catches it right in front of Millard South's dugout for out number 2. So F5 on the putout. And that brings up the second hitter in the Millard South lineup, Jackson Apin. Apin singled to start things in the 3rd inning, but then was doubled up. He was out on the double play. Apin starting the day at shortstop. First and second, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning here at Warner Park. Patriots have added a run here in the 4th as Apin swings. This one hit down the right field line, and it will stay fair. As it hits off the wall, the right fielder comes up with it. 1 run scores. A second one is going to be held up as Millard South extends their lead to 3-0 on the RBI double from Jackson Apin. So Allstat comes around to score. Wick goes from first to third. Fortunately enough, that one did not go all the way to the wall. It actually hit off of the side wall here at Warner Park down that right field line. 3-0 now your score. Runners on second and third. Swung on, grounded up the middle, but fielded by Mosser, and he throws over to first in time off the bat of Harrison Hart for out number 3. But Millard South adds 2 more. Brody Gindra back out there for his 4th inning of work when we come back in 90 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
All right, Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park as Millard North tries to cut into the 3-0 deficit that they face. Brody Gindra on the mound. Gindra, a sophomore, but committed to the Huskers back in January of 2023. Brody Gindra going to work quickly. Strike 1 to Chase Mockle. Mockle flew out to the left fielder back in the first. Second pitch of the inning is a ball, low and away, 1-1. Gindra hasn't allowed a hit yet today through 3 innings of work. 3-0 your score. The 1-1 pitch from Gindra is low and away, ball 2. The 1-1-2 pitch, skied high, the catcher, Carson Durr with an opportunity at this one. The first baseman comes over and makes the basket catch for out number 1. Carson Durr looks at him and says, "Thank you, Noah Carroll," because I think Carson Durr may have lost that one in the clouds. It's actually probably a little bit more difficult than the spectating eye would think to look up at that gray, cloudy sky and make a catch. So Mockle is retired for out number 1, brings up Pfeiffer, the designated hitter. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch of the at-bat is outside, ball 1. Pfeiffer, Trenton Pfeiffer that is, hitting .241 on the season. 54 at-bats on the campaign for Pfeiffer. This one grounded to the shortstop, fielded cleanly on the palm of the glove, thrown over to first in time for out number 2. That one almost popped out of the glove out of the shortstop's Jackson Apin's left hand, but was able to kind of secure it with the palm and the butt of the glove and threw it over accurately for out number 2. 6-3 on the putout, and Gindra cruising through the 4th here early on. Ripken Fleck now steps into that left-hander's batter's box, the cleanup hitter in the Millard North lineup. If it's hit left side, it will be foul. Nobody's going to be able to get to that one. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 3-0 Millard South on top of North. 0-1 pitch, inside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Gindra's 1-1 offering, also in the dirt and inside. 2-1. 2-1 to Ripken Fleck. Two balls, one strike, two outs. The pitch swung on and missed. 2-2. There hasn't been a whole lot of swinging and missing. There's been a lot of soft contact and good location when Ginger is on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch swung on, fouled back. Do it again. This will be the 57th pitch of the day for Brody Gindra. The 2-2 pitch. Up and away, ball 3. Gindra led the game off with a walk, but that's his only payoff pitch. 3-2. Swung on, skied high to center field. Will Thomas camping under it. Gindra starting to trot off the field, and he is able to catch it for out number 3. So the Mustangs go down in order in the bottom of the 4th inning on 2 flyouts and a ground out. So Gindra still has that no-hitter intact through 4 innings. Due up for the Patriots in the top half, of the 5th inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Carson Durr, Brody Gindra, and Noah Carroll all due up when we come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Millard South trying to add to their 3-0 lead as this one's hit well to the right field line, and it's going to be down for the corner. Hits the wall on the right side. Flying around first is Carson Durr, and sliding into second safely is the Millard South catcher for a leadoff double. Carson Durr has had himself a day. 2 singles and now a double. He is 3 for 3, and he'll be ran for by Murphy Helm, but Carson Durr gets the inning off with a bang and that leadoff double. Bring it up. The next hitter, Brody Gindra. Gindra, currently on the day, 1 for 2, had a single back in the 2nd inning before they faced Gindra, though. Looks like we may have a pitching change. So Major Mosser's day is done as he hands the ball to Levac. And that will be all for Major Mosser. We'll step aside, come back in just a few minutes, tell you about the new Mustangs pitcher when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at membersowncu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Millard turns to their center fielder, Alex Burish. Burish on the year, no record, but a 2.52 earned run average. Mosser still responsible for the runner out at second base here in the 3-0 ball game. Burish, the left-handed thrower, throws it outside, ball one. This is Brody Gindra at the plate. So 1 ball, no strikes here from Burish, the left-handed thrower, to the righty hitter Gindra, as they'll fake the pickoff over to second base. Millard South out hitting Millard North 8-0 here through 4 innings of play. Burish comes set, fires the right leg, and Gindra bunts this one, but it will hit the corner of the grass and bounce foul for a long strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 your score. Millard South out in front by 3 runs. They had 1 run in the top of the second inning and then 2 in the Patriots half of the fourth. Murphy Helm is the courtesy runner at second base after a leadoff Carson Durr double. Gindra squares to bunt. This one is a really good one down the third base line, but guess what? As Ben Peters learned the lesson from McCod over at first base, it started in a really good spot on down that third base line. However, it started to kind of tail foul, and Peters was going to pick it up, but he would not have had a chance at getting Gindra over at third base, and he let it go right through his legs, did not touch it, and it ended up rolling foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Brody Gindra. Nobody out here, top of the 5th inning, rather. Burish fires, low and inside, ball 2. Next game will be another elimination contest between Bellevue West and Elkhorn South. The 3-seed T-Birds were knocked off by the 6-seeded Creighton Prep Junior Jays on Friday. Elkhorn South lost by 1 to the 2-seed Millard West. The pitch swung on, grounded to the shortstop, fielded cleanly. Fires over to first. Nice pick from McCod at first base for out number 1 as they get Gindra on the ground out. So Burish comes in, faces Brody Gindra, and gets him to ground out to the shortstop, bringing up Noah Carroll. Carroll, the first baseman, singled in the top of the 4th, came around to score as well. He was the one that had a nice ground ball to the third baseman, but the third baseman, Ben Peters, overthrew McCod at first. Now this one swung on and hit foul down the third base line. 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch swung on, grounded to Peters over at third. He looks the runner back to second, fires over to first. This time it's an accurate throw, and Carroll is out, number 2. How about this? A little bit of breaking news over from Papillion La Vista South, where they're playing Class B action today. Lincoln Northwest, the 8 seed, has defeated the Beatrice Orangemen. And so Lincoln Northwest gets their 9th win of the season, and they keep their incredible run alive. So congrats to Lincoln Northwest as they will now advance to a game on, tomorrow, 10 a.m. against the loser of the winner's bracket game between Norris and Waverly later today. They will play the loser of that game tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Tal Anderson Field. So congratulations, Lincoln Northwest, knocking off the Beatrice Orangemen. Lincoln Northwest, understandably so, was the 8th seed. They got run-ruled by Norris. Norris is so strong. But then Beatrice was the 4th seed as the runner goes from second. The throw down to third was not in time, but sliding past the third base bag was Murphy Helm. His leg and limbs came off of the third base bag, and he was tagged out to retire the side. So that'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. Brody Gindra trots on back out to the mound for his 5th inning of work. And when we come back, he will face hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Millard North lineup right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
3 feet. I'm Trooper Ollie with the Nebraska State Patrol. Oftentimes, 3 feet is all we have when working on the side of the road. When you come across an emergency vehicle working roadside, Nebraska law requires drivers to move over or slow down if you can't move over. For all of us who perform our jobs on the road, help us out and move over. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
First pitch of the bottom of the 5th is going to be fouled back off to the right side. So strike one to number 16, Marcus Hankins. 3-0 your score. Millard South with a 3-0 lead. They've been in a decent amount of control all day today as the 0-1 pitch is upstairs, ball one. Gindra has crossed the 60 pitch mark, swung on and missed on the 1-1 offering, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Hankins, the catcher for Millard North. Fouled back over the press box. We'll do it again. Give credit to Alex Burish. Burish came in after the leadoff double and slammed the door. 2 ground outs and then a caught stealing to end the inning. As Gindra fires in a fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. So out number 1 on a backwards K to Marcus Hankins. Brings up Alex McCod, the first baseman. Alex, 275 hitter on the year. Today, he is 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. First pitch of the at-bat here from Gindra to McCod. It's the inside. No, it does not. The way the umpire started to move, it looked like he was going to signal strike number 1, but no, ultimately it's ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 offering from Gindra as that one hits the outside corner, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Gindra fires, swung on, fouled back, 1-2. Millard North still searching for their first hit in this one. Through 4 1/3, they have been held hitless. Just 1 base runner, and it came on the first hitter of the game on a leadoff 4-pitch walk. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. So once again, Lincoln Northwest knocks off Beatrice in Class B in their elimination game. They were able to start on time, but Pavilion La Vista South, a turf field. Here the 2-2 pitch, low and away, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as Gindra fires out of the windup And it's ball 4 just outside. Just the second base runner of the day for Millard North. 2 walks now on the day for Brody Gindra. No balls, no strikes, 1 out. The book was officially closed as well with that caught stealing at third. The book's officially closed on Major Mosser for Millard North. He goes 4 innings, allows 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and obviously 3 runs. No balls, no strikes here as Gindra with a runner on first base. Out of the stretch, and it's ball 1. That'll be something to watch also now, is that Gindra, for the most part, outside of 2 batters, has been able to pitch out of the windup. Here he is having to adjust to the stretch for the first time in 3.5 innings. Elkhorn South has arrived. They're walking on the concourse in the outfield area here at Warner Park. Looks like they'll be wearing all gray jerseys today. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. The hitter, Ben Peters, the third baseman. McCod leads off at first. Not very large lead over there at first base. Hopping back and forth. Still hopping. Now the pitch swung on. Fouled off to the right side. 2-1. This will be the 70th pitch of the day for Brody Gindra. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Millard South with the lead. McCod leads off first. The pitch, bunted, and it is a foul ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. It's been so tough today for Millard North to get a hit, to even get barrel on ball and hit it into fair territory. You look at this, Gindra has 5 strikeouts. He's had a strikeout in every single inning at least. Already has 1. That's how he got out number 1 here in the 5th. The 2-2 pitch from Brody Gindra. Upstairs, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be interesting to see how Millard South plays this. Greg Geary, the head coach. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gindra comes set, takes a breath, picks over to first, and back in time was McCod. But I say that obviously the no-hitter is there, but there's also a state championship on the line, as well as a 3-run lead that you're trying to hold on to stay alive here in the elimination game. The 3-2 pitch, high fly ball, foul. We'll do it again. Gindra at 72 pitches now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gindra comes set out of the stretch. Fires home. Swung on. Fouled off again by Ben Peters. So in addition to that first elimination game in Class B between Northwest and Beatrice, where Northwest was victorious, we'll have another Class A elimination game coming up after this one. The 3-2 pitch fouled off again by Ben Peters. And this is now turned into an 8-pitch at-bat, Ben Peters. With McCod over at first base. Gindra comes set at the belt. Takes a breath, looks over to his third baseman, runner on first, fires this one, hit well out to left field. Ranging over is the left fielder as he's still on the run, and he catches it over the shoulder. An incredible catch from the left fielder, Allstat, as his hat flew off. And he makes the catch on the warning track. So an incredible at-bat, a long at-bat for Ben Peters results in an F7 and out number 2. Brings up Jay Tweet. Tweet grounded out to the pitcher, his first time up in the 3rd inning. Here he is in the 5th. So Brody Gindra still pitching out of the stretch with McCod at first. McCod reached on the base on balls. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Gindra comes set, fires home, and it's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3-0 Millard South on top of Millard North in the elimination game, first one of the day. The pitch from Gindra is grounded right back to Gindra. The hitter slips Jay Tweet, and he is out, number 3. So 1-3 on the putout. Gindra with 5 no-hit innings, as he did surrender a walk, his second of the day. But when we come back, it's the top of the 6th inning. Millard South has Driffel, Allstat, and Wick due up in the top of the 6th. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
It is the first pitch of the 6th inning here from Alex Burrish, who came in to relieve Major Mosser. He's facing Colin Driffel, who Driffel was up to bat when Helm got caught stealing at third base. He fouls the first pitch off to the right, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch hits the outside corner, strike 2. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Millard South. They're up to bat as well. Millard North will have just 2 scheduled chances left as the 0-2 pitch just outside ball 1 rather, on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Millard South with 8 hits on the day. Millard North, 2 errors committed in the field. This one grounded off to Ben Peters at third base, fields it on the line, throws it across the diamond, and in time to retire Driffel. Brings up the 8-hitter in the Patriots lineup, the left fielder, Allstat. Jacob Allstat, a junior outfielder, made a great catch on the run over the shoulder back in the bottom of the 5th. Swings and misses at the first one from Burrish, 0-1. Low and away, ball 1. I've been impressed with Burrish. He's come in, settled down. He's gotten in a rhythm and been able to get a couple of swing and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one hit well out to center field. Fairly routine for the center fielder. And he catches it for out number 2. Burrish came in, had a quality inning in that bottom of the 5th. Now here in the bottom of the 6th, trending that way as well. He faces Logan Wick, the second baseman. Wick had that RBI single back in the fourth inning. The first pitch, the at-bat grounded to Peters at third. He fields it. And a high throw. And McCod was able to tag him for out number 3. So Peters had plenty of time. Wick turned on the Jets, but after an errant throw, McCod over there at first base able to tag Wick on the right shoulder prior to touching the bag for out number 3. So clean inning for Alex Burrish, another quality inning. We'll see if Millard North can get to the pitching staff of Millard South when we come back, still without a hit, and they have 2 chances left. 6 outs remain for Millard North. In the bottom of the 6th inning, they will have Hansen, Burrish, and Mockel all due up 9-1 and 2. Coming up in just a moment on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606. or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Nick Sander back with you, and Millard South has made a pitching change. They turn to Bryson Botos to relieve Brody Gindra. Gindra with 5 strong innings, no hits allowed as this bunt popped up foul, and the catcher Carson Durr able to corral it for out number 1 off the bat of Evan Hansen. So pop out to the catcher for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and that makes the top of the order due up Alex Burrish. Burrish, the pitcher now for Millard North. He is 0 for 1, led the game off with that 4-pitch walk, but then flew out to center field to end the 3rd inning. First pitch from Botos is up and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off the shin of Burrish, 1-1. So now that the day is done for Brody Gindra, no-hit baseball through 5 innings, still no hits for Millard North to this point. 75 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, no earned runs. Brody can now has to have 3 days of rest with that pitch count. The 1-1 pitch is low and inside for a ball, 2-1. And so that would put him into position, that is, to pitch in the state championship game if Millard South were to make it. The pitch inside, ball 3. If the score stays, Millard South would play tomorrow at Tal Anderson Field at 4 p.m. But as Burrish draws the 1-out walk. Brings up Chase Mockel. Mockel, the second baseman, wears number 15 for Millard North. The Patriots of Millard South lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on first is Burrish. He can run pretty well as the first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 pitch hits that outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Everything we've seen from Millard South pitchers, whether it was Jindra, now Botos, or even Tyler Albert on Friday, it's that they are very aware of the rhythm. They like to get that ball back from the catcher and step right back up to that rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Chase Mockle, the second baseman. Off-speed pitch hits the corner for strike number 3 and out number 2 on the backwards K. Bringing up the third hitter in the Millard North lineup, the designated hitter, number 13, Trenton Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, the senior, and instead they're going to actually pinch hit. Cale Herron will come in. So Herron, the designated hitter now. So Cale Herron comes in instead of Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer was 0 for 2. Had a fly out and then a ground out. So now Herron on the year, 333, just 6 at-bats on the season. It's the first pitch from Botos. Right down the middle, strike 1. Just past the noon hour here. We're somewhat on time still as the next game slated to start at 1 p.m. The pitch, breaking ball right across the heart of the plate for strike 2, 0-2. So our next game between Bellevue West and Elkhorn South slated to start at 1 p.m. The 0-2 pitch is low and away, ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Millard South over the Millard North Mustangs. The pitch, Botos got Herron to kind of bail out of it, but then a last effort swing. Fouls it off. We'll do it again at 1-2. The runner goes. Breaking ball upstairs. The throw down from Durr is not in time, and sliding into second safely is Burrish on the stolen base. It was ball 2. This will be the 16th pitch of the inning for Botos. The pitch, 2-2, swung, hit into right field. Fairly routine for the right fielder. And coming over to make the catch is the right fielder, Harrison Hart, for out number 3. That'll do it for the 6th inning. 6 innings down, 1 more to go. Just 3 outs remain in one of these teams' seasons. Is Millard North can respond here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It will be for the Patriots, the top of the order. Will Thomas, Jackson Apin, and Harrison Hart all due up for the Patriots in the top half of the 7th when we return in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Alex Burrish back out there for his 3rd inning of work for Millard North. He's done a nice job in relief. Just need the offense to get going. If you're Millard North, he'll face the top of the order. Will Thomas due up, and he steps in and takes ball 1 up and away, 1-0. 3-0 your score. 8 hits on the day for the Millard South Patriots. The 1-0 offering inside, ball 2. Burrish yet to allow a hit in the 5 batters he's faced. Or rather, 6 batters he's faced, excuse me. 3 balls, no strikes here to Will Thomas. The lefty-on-lefty matchup. The kick and fire, and it hits the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. Thomas chucked his bat back to the dugout, thought he was ball 4, and has to go pick it up now. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. Millard South leads 3-0. The 3-1 pitch from Burrish is low in the dirt, ball 4. So Thomas takes the walk. He was 0 for 3 on the day, so he gets on base for the first time via a base on balls. Brings up Jackson Apin. Apin struck out in the first, singled back in the 3rd, and doubled in the 4th. Will Thomas occupying first base. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter. The first pitch, the at-bat to Apin. Breaking ball works itself back to the heart of the plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here in the top half of the 7th inning. Chilly day at Warner. Quick pick over to first base, and back in time was Thomas. Chilly day over here at Warner. It was 60 degrees at first pitch. Wind is somewhat been at a light breeze all game long as this one swung on, fouled back to the press box, 0-2. Burrish from the left side. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the 7th. Burrish comes set, pauses, fires, low and away, ball 1. Thomas got a pretty aggressive secondary lead on first base there after the pitch was thrown. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Burrish checks over the runner twice, swing, and fouled off to the left side off the bat of Apin. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat, 27th of Burrish's outing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The quick pick over to first base, and back in time was Will Thomas. One ball, 2 strikes. Thomas takes a little bit of a larger lead, knowing that he can get back quick enough if Burrish decides to pick on over. Burrish goes set, fires, the runner goes, and the catcher just lost the control of the baseball on his way to second base. Thomas swipes second, and it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Jackson Apin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 3-0 still Millard South with a 3-run lead. The pitch, and it hits him. So it hits Jackson Apin, and he will take first base. Bringing up Harrison Hart. Hart, one of the 3 seniors on this roster. Three to 0 is your score. Nobody out here top of the 7th inning. Millard North's pitching, the defense has not been the issue. They've sure had a couple of errors. They give up some free bases, but ultimately their pitching has kept them in check. Offense has to work for you at some point. First pitch, the at-bat to Hart, is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So that Lincoln Northwest win over Beatrice, if you did not know, Lincoln Northwest's first state tournament victory comes in an elimination game against the Orangemen. The 0-1 pitch here from Burrish as he checks the runner at second, bunt down in front into the pitcher's hand. Burrish slips and falls, tries to throw to first, and not in time as Burrish just slipped on the wet grass directly in front of home plate. So infield single for Harrison Hart. As both runners move up, the bases are now juiced with nobody out, and the cleanup hitter, the hottest hitter in the Millard South lineup, and that is Carson Durr. So Durr, who is 3 for 3 today, 2 singles and a double, comes up to the plate. Durr won't have a courtesy runner now, as Murphy Helm just subbed in as the pinch runner for Harrison Hart at first base. Nobody out, top of the 7th inning. Infield playing on the grass as Burrish is out of the windup. He fires home, swung on and missed. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Burrish fires home, low and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike coming up. Once again, Carson Durr, a single in the 2nd, a single in the 3rd, and a double in the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 2. Need some strikes if you're Millard North here. Nowhere to put Carson Durr. A little bit of miscommunication, it sounds like, from walkie-talkie in the dugout to earpiece for Millard North. The 2-1 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. So now you need a strike. You don't have anywhere to put Carson Durr. You feel like this 3-run lead is quite a bit, as it's ball 4. So they walk the cleanup hitter. Coming in to score is Thomas. To third is Apin, and Harrison Hart's courtesy, or pinch runner rather, Helm, is now at second base. We're going to have a mound visit here as Burrish is going to get the ball, hand the ball off to the head coach, and they're going to make a call to the bullpen. So we'll step aside, come back in a few short minutes as the Millard South, bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning here from Warner Park on 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
All right, so the new pitcher for Millard North is number 21, Antonio Leiferman. 0-4 on the year, a 5.42 earned run average. He will face off against Brody Gindra, the 5-hole hitter in this Millard South lineup, and he takes ball one, low and away, 1-0. So obviously, the runners on first, second, and third will still be the responsibility of Alex Burish. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Hits that outside corner, 1-1. Gindra had a really nice day on the mound. 5 no-hit innings for Millard South. The 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. And it goes over the head of Gindra, who's mad at himself because he just didn't take that baseball in the back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Millard South has added 1 to their lead here in the top of the 7th inning. As Leiferman comes set. This one hit shallow right field. Rolling over is Hansen, and he cannot make the catch. And so now it's a foul ball, thankfully for Millard North, as that would have scored 2, maybe even 3 runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, the count on Brody Gindra. Two balls, 2 strikes, Leiferman comes set from the stretch. The righty-righty matchup. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out top of the 7th inning. Millard North just trying to limp to the bottom of the half and try to get their bats hot. Leiferman looking back at second. Fires home. Swung on. Fouled off again. To the right side. Now, the runner at second, who is, in this case, Murphy Helm, he's about halfway off the bag. And I noticed that when Leiferman looked back at him, he actually took a lead back. As this one by Gindra hit into shallow center field, coming on as a center fielder. And they're going to tag up, now call him back as they'll throw over to third, and it gets past the third baseman. 1 run will score, and being held up at third is Murphy Helm. Durr advances to second. And while Millard North had a nice cut play there, McCod cut that throw home at the pitcher's mound, threw it over to third base because they thought that they were going to be able to get the runner at third, Jackson Apin, who was just a couple of steps off the bag. He threw it over there, short-armed it, and Ben Peters over at third base unable to scoop it. So now it is 5-0 Millard South. Helm advanced to third, and Durr advanced to second base on the air by the first baseman. So to go F8 on the putout for Brody Gindra for out number 1. That brings up Noah Carroll. Carroll fouls off the first one, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Leiferman is low and away for a ball, 1-1. That's the third error of the day for Millard North. The pitch outside, ball 2. So runners are on second and third. It's Durr, the catcher, at second, and Murphy Helm, the pinch runner for Harrison Hart, is standing on third base. Millard South has added 2 runs here in the top half of the 7th inning. They now lead 5-0. This one hit well out to right field. The right fielder ranging over makes the catch. Helm will tag from third, and he will score on the sacrifice fly. So the sacrifice fly brings in the 6th run of the day for Millard South, and they lead 6-0 over Millard North. Carson Durr still hanging out at second base. Steps in, does Colin Driffle. Driffle, the designated hitter, 0 for 3 today. Here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. So all 3 runs that they've scored here in the 7th inning charged to Alex Burrish. There could potentially be one more that's standing out at second base. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. The pitch, strike 2. 0-2 to Colin Driffle. As the the throw back to the pitcher, goes into center field. So they'll get it back now to Leiferman. Leiferman on the year, once again, 0-4, 5.42 earned run average. Done a good job coming in, throwing some strikes. Has gotten 2 foul outs, or pop flies. This one fouled back to the netting. We'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Leiferman comes set at the belt, fires home, and almost got Driffle to chase. Decided to hold up on the swing, and it's ball 1. So Leiferman comes set the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back again. 1-2, we'll do it again. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nice pick behind the plate by the catcher, Hankins, as he kept that one in front of him. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the 16th pitch for Leiferman. He came in and relieved Burrish, and it's once again fouled back, 2-2, all over again. The game to follow us here will be Bellevue West and Elkhorn South. Elkhorn South almost knocked off the 2-seed Wildcats of Millard West on Friday. How about that? All 3 Millard schools here in the Class A state tournament. The rain was a concern, is a concern, I suppose. Looks like the chances for rain maybe increase once we get to 1 to 2 p.m. as the runner goes from second, and there's not even going to be a throw as Durr was able to read that one really well and swipes third base. Ball 3 on the pitch to Driffle, and now Driffle has worked a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But the chances of rain increase once we hit the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock hours. Leiferman needs this one. The payoff pitch in the top of the 7th. Swung on, grounded left side, foul once again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. Millard North still without a hit on the day. Millard South with 9. Swung on and missed, and Leiferman is able to come in and wrap things up in the top of the 7th inning. So he gets Driffle down swinging. He throws 19 pitches in his outing. It's the last chance for Millard North, as they are still hitless, but they will come up to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. It is hitters 4, 5, and 6 due up here in the bottom half of inning number 7. We'll step aside, close things out when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters.
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner. Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity,
Not to make friends, but just to get something to eat.
or a retiree who fell ill and had to
Choose between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
So Bryson Boto's day is done. He finishes after throwing 16 pitches and 1 inning of relief work. He struck out 1, allowed 1 base on balls, no hits allowed though, and obviously no runs. They turn to Tate Williams to close things out. Does Millard South 0-1 on the year, a 3.94 earned run average. He will face hitters 4, 5, and 6 in the Millard North lineup, still without a hit through 6 innings on offense. Tate Williams, the right-handed thrower, with throwing fewer than 30 pitches, Bryson Botos would be available tomorrow for Millard South. The first pitch from Williams, it hits him as Ripken Fleck will take first base. So that brings up Marcus Hankins. Hankins is 0 for 2 today with a ground out to the first baseman and a strikeout looking. The first pitch of the at-bat to Hankins. Hits that outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Alex McCod will be on deck. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Williams. In the dirt, good block behind the dish by Durr, and it's 1-1. Millard South with 1 run in the second, 2 in the fourth, and then 3 insurance runs in the top of the 7th inning there, trying to close it out on the final 3 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th. Per the Weather Channel, looks like rain is possible until 6 p.m. tonight. We got a long day ahead of us here. Long week. Long in a good way, I should say. An extended week of baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tate Williams comes set, fires. Swung on, fouled back. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Very short lead over at first base. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. Especially in this instance, if you're Tate Williams, your number 1 job, throw a strike and try to send Millard South home happy. The 2-2, barely knocked foul. We'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch, low in the dirt, ball 3. Looks like Nolan Fee has moved into the on-deck circle, so McCod would not hit. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and it's ball 4. So now Tate Williams has come on, and he hits the first batter, and now walks the second one. We're going to have a pinch hitter. Nolan Fee comes in for Alex McCod. Fee, the right-handed hitter. F-E-E, Nolan Fee, first base and DH listed on the roster, hits .233 in 30 at-bats this year. Did not see any action on Friday in Millard North's loss. Once again, Millard North's pitching has not been the issue today, despite the 6 runs. Defensive errors, mental lapses. They have 3 errors on the day as they tried to pick over to second. If they would have done it on perfect timing, they would have had Fleck over at second base, who had a pretty extensive lead, but nonetheless, a little bit of off timing with the shortstop and the pitcher, Williams. The first pitch of the at-bat here to Nolan Fee. Fee takes ball 1, low and away, 1-0. Looks like the rain is starting to come down now here at Warner Park. Umbrellas are out here at Warner, and we're going to have a brief conversation on the mound. Let's step aside for 30 seconds. Miller South trying to close out the Mustangs here when we come back. All right, so Nick Sainer back with you from Warner Park after the brief conversation on the mound. 1 ball, no strikes here. Tate Williams, basically I would assume that the extent of that conversation was throw strikes or you're done, as the 1-0 pitch is upstairs, ball 2. Tate Williams so far has 2 walks and now is behind in the count 2-0 to the hitter, Nolan Fee. The 2-0 pitch, there's a strike, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runners at first and second. The 2-1 pitch is on the corner, strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nolan Fee hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder yet. Runner at second is Ripken Fleck, while Marcus Hankins is at first. The pitch on 2-2. Swung on and missed. And Tate Williams, after being down in the count 2-0, is able to come back and strike out Nolan Fee. Brings up another pinch hitter, Ethan Sutherland. So Ben Peters will not hit. It'll be Ethan Sutherland instead. So Sutherland on the year, .333 in 24 at-bats. No balls, no strikes. First pitch of the AB here. Righty pitcher, lefty hitter. Sutherland, the pinch hitter. They'll turn. The first pitch of the at-bat swung on and missed. 0-1. It started to be shaky for Tate Williams, but seems to have maybe found a little bit of a rhythm here. As Williams comes set at the belt, looks back to second twice and fires. This one just inside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on, popped high in the air and back, and it'll probably hit the press box here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This game, a little over 2 hours and 8 minutes being played. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Williams. A little low. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up. Runners on first and second for Millard North. 6-0, Millard South leads. The pitch on 2-2. Swung on, grounded to the right side. It'll be through. That's the first hit of the day as Millard North will send the runner around third, and they will score. A pinch hit The first hit of the day for Millard North comes in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. And it's in the form of an RBI single from Ethan Sutherland. So coming around third to score was Ripken Fleck. It's now 6-1 Millard South. Going to just second base on the play was Hankins. He only was able to move up 90 feet. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 6-1. Once again, this game was initially slated to start at 10 a.m. and then the rain overnight made it delayed till 10:30. Speaking of rain, it looks like it is coming down a little harder here at Warner Park. The 1-0 pitch is low and away for a ball, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The hitter is Jay Tweet as he takes strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 Millard South. Tate Williams, the pitcher. He fires the 2-1 pitch as that one's low and away. Ball 3. You got to feel like Millard South has a pretty short leash here now on Tate Williams. They had a guy warming up in the bullpen. Feel like if he walks Jay Tweet here, they may go get him. Williams comes set and steps off the back of the rubber and needs more time. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Williams comes set and fires, and it's ball 4. So now Millard North with the bases loaded, and it looks like Millard South may stick with him. They're going to see if Tate Williams can gut this one out rather than using another pitcher. So now they'll face Evan Hansen. The pitch, low and in for a ball, 1-0. And as I'm watching that third base dugout occupied by Millard South, we'll see if we see one of them stepping on the steps. As the 1-0 offering is right down Broadway, 1-1. Looks like Evan Hansen is up there right now. He's turned in on both of these. They've been pretty close to the plate. That second one was on down the middle, and now he swings and fouls it off 1-2. They're going to call a balk. So they're going to call a balk on Tate Williams. They're going to say that he did not come set. He's having a conversation with whichever umpire called it. And Tate Williams has now allowed another run. So Hankins advances home on the balk. That's the second run of the day for Millard North. It's 6-2. On the box, Sutherland moves on to third, and Tweet moves up to second. Takes away any force-out opportunity also. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch, swung on, hit well but fouled. Down the right side. We'll do it at 1-2. Now, what's also interesting is to think about it this way. If Millard South wouldn't have been able to tack on any insurance runs in the top half of the 7th inning, things would have been pretty interesting right now. It would have been a 1-run ball game with runners on second and third. So those insurance runs are looking pretty big right now, as now Hansen strikes out on a pitch way out of the zone, up and out of the zone. Hansen goes down swinging for out number 2. That was a big one for Tate Williams. So now we're going to have another pinch hitter. This time it'll be Spencer Phillips. He'll pinch hit for Burrish. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And the first pitch, the at-bat is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 hits, or excuse me, 2 outs rather. 2 guys on base as well. The 0-1 pitch down in the dirt, 1-1. Well, I thought for a moment, and I probably jinxed it back in the 5th inning. I said something along the lines of, yeah, you know what? We're on pretty good schedule here. The second game was slated to start at 1 p.m. even after the delay, and I don't think that's going to happen as we're approaching a 1:45 here at Warner Park. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's 6-2 Millard South. The pitch from Williams. Up and away, ball 2. So that'll delay the next game, and then the 4 p.m. game will be delayed as well, and the 6:30 p.m. game will be delayed as well. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. This one hit well through the left side. It's down for a hit into left field. They'll hold up the second guy at third base, but it's 6-3 as Tate Williams has struggled to retire just 3 Mustangs. It's an RBI single there for Spencer Phillips as a pinch hitter. Sutherland came in to score. Tweet advanced to third. And Millard South looks like they're going to stick with Tate Williams. So now that brings up Chase Mockle. They'll pinch run for Spencer Phillips at first base. It looks like they'll turn to number 6, William Priest. So Will Priest will be the pinch runner for Spencer Phillips. No, first pitch of the at-bat coming up to Chase Mockle. As Millard North has emptied their bench here in the bottom half of the 7th. This one swung on. This should do it. As it's a fly ball to the second baseman, and Millard South survives. 3 big insurance runs in the top of the 7th inning, and 3 runs in the bottom half of the 7th by Millard North were not enough. Millard North's season comes to a close. They finish 11-19 on the season, as the 8th seed in Class A is the first team to be eliminated. Millard South survives, and they advance to tomorrow's game against the loser of the winner's bracket game later today, as Millard South at 4 p.m. tomorrow will face the loser of Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest. Our game to come in approximately 30 to 45 minutes will be Elkhorn South, the 7th seed, at 17-14 overall, going up against the 3 seed, the 27-7 Bellevue West Thunderbirds here in our second elimination game of the day. So once again, your final score, the Millard South Patriots 6 and the Millard North Mustangs 3. You heard it all here on 93.7 The Ticket. For Austin Norman back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, Nick Sainert saying so long from Warner Park, and I will talk to you in less than an hour for Bellevue West and Elkhorn South from Warner Park in Omaha.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different.